Okay, good day everyone. So, in this session, I would like to explain about the method section, in the proposal research. Okay, so method is put on chapter 3, yeah, in the research report. Yeah, but in the proposal, the method is classified after the literature review, but not in the form of chapter yet. Yeah, so there are some sections that you have to describe in this method section. But what I would like to explain in this opportunity is about how to write the section of research design and the section of setting and participant. Okay, like what I have mentioned previously, the first part of method section is research design. So in this research design, you have to explain about what your research method really use in your research later on. Yeah, so the method that will be used, must be referred to your research problems. Yeah, so in selecting the appropriate method, you have to be sure whether the research method that you will select is really appropriate to answer your research question. Okay, there are actually three major of research methods. Okay, it could be qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method. So if you use qualitative, you describe briefly the reasons why you believe that qualitative method is appropriate to answer your research question. Yeah, and the explanation is the same when you have to choose quantitative or mixed method. Okay, each of the method has the type. Yeah, for example, in qualitative study, there are types or approaches in qualitative study, such as phenomenology, grounded theory, ethnography, case study, historiology. Okay, while selecting the appropriate research type, you have to mention the characteristic of the type of the research that you select, and you have to mention why the characteristics of the type is appropriate to answer your research question. It also for the quantitative study. So there are two different types of quantitative: non-experimental study and experimental studies. So you have to really give the design. If you use quantitative study, there is flow chart for every type of quantitative study. So you have to give a kind of picture that show a design of each type of the quantitative study that you use. Okay. And then the third one is mixed method. Mixed method is the combination of the quantitative and the qualitative one. Yeah, there are some types of mixed method: exploratory mixed method design, explanatory mixed method design, and embedded mixed method design. Yeah, so each type is selected once again, must refer to your research question. Okay, like what I have mentioned here, if you choose qualitative study, you have to mention the characteristics of the qualitative which confirm to your research question. Yeah, and also in selecting the appropriate type of the qualitative study, you also have to mention the reasons why the type that you select is appropriate to answer your research question. Yeah, it also happens for quantitative study. You have to also give same explanations, like the way you give the explanation if you select the qualitative study. And it also the same in explaining the mixed method. Okay, after describing the research design, the design of the method of research that you will employ, then you have to describe the setting and the participants of your study. Okay, the setting means here is the location, of course, the characteristics of the location, and why you have to choose that location as the focus or the place for collecting your research data. Okay, and then participants is your respondents, your participants of the study. You have to mention the characteristics, and then the way you select the number of participants, the way you draw the sample of your participants from the population. So here you have to mention the sample drawing technique, the way to draw the sample from research participants. The technique of drawing the sample is different between quantitative study and qualitative study. You have to confirm this from your research books. There are many types of sampling technique that you can choose. Once again, you have to refer to the research method that you use, because sampling technique is differentiated based on the research method. Okay, I think that's all that I can explain for this session. Thank you very much for listening. See you in other material.